hip hop is suffering because of that. You're fighting Afro beats. You're fighting
Yikes.
you're fighting Latin music. Like there was a report coming out saying like the record labels right now are no longer going into the hood, getting these young artists and stuff like that anymore, giving them a chance. They're starting to go overseas and grabbing, African artists, and Latin artists to start promoting because their music is global. So a report came out that sales in hip hop from hip hop artists are down around 40%.
Sound about right. What world is everybody living on? Who is buying that shit? Am I tripping or what? Like, I just don't know.
We kind of mentioned this before, but now it's
Yeah,
it's real.
Cause now it's making sense. Cause I thought I was tripping.
Mm-hmm. So if you guys don't know, Juicy J claims rap sales are down 40% this year, and we got to figure something out. Rap didn't see a number one song on the Billboard Hot 100 until July, when Lotto appeared on Jungkook's song 7. That is extremely alarming when it comes to what's going on in the hip hop community. So this is what Juicy J had to say.
I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but I'm being real. I'm being real. Rap music is down 40% this year. Let me say it again. Rap music is down 40%. Check the charts, check the math. I don't make the rules. I do not make the rules. It's down 40%. What are we as rappers, producers, composers, etc. gonna do about this shit? Because it's down 40% this year. Check the charts. Do your research. This is a fact. I know a lot.
Right. As you can tell, he's alarmed and he wants to raise awareness on this.
It's very simple. I just don't even understand why they're even playing themselves.
So let's think about this. Number one, I think we all know the answer in here. Why do you think that rap sales have been declining in the past couple of years, in your opinion?
The culture and the economy.
I agree. It's a two-way street for disaster. Of course, the economy. A lot of industries are feeling the effect of what's going on with the economy. But when you look at the kind of music that's being produced,
it doesn't incentivize us to spend.
It's a lot of the same stuff. It's microwave music. It's the music that comes out doesn't last. You know what I mean? It's hot for a week and then that's it. And people are just trying to copy trends and not trying to create trends.
My gym playlist pissed me off. One of my gym playlists pissed me off so bad the other day.
Why?
Because it just wasn't. Oh, it's all gone. Just because it just wasn't good no more.
Yeah, I find myself I still listen to older music. You know what I mean? Like when I listen to my gym playlist now, it's a lot of Jeezy on there.
Yes.
Jeezy's music is so timeless when it comes to gym music and workout stuff like that. Great music. And Kendrick, Cole, Drake, Wale, the names that we know, those are the outliers. When they drop music, we pay attention. We know they're coming. We're gonna get their album, play it, blah blah blah. But when you got artists like Lil Baby, who had to cancel some of his shows because of the lack of ticket sales in certain cities, and he's supposed to be one of the leading artists of this generation, that is alarming.
They're not giving back to the community either. You have to give us a reason to want to mess with y'all. Back in the day, I felt like it was just a little bit more diversity. Like, people were coming and getting artists, and it was just more going on with like the community. Like, even going back to like 106 and Park and stuff like that. Like, it was just more engagement with the audience. Like, yeah, we have social media now, but it's just like they just bragging and showing us who they are. Look at what I got. But it's like, what are they really doing for us?
I'm gonna give you a little bit of pushback on that. I think that a lot of them are giving back to the community. Like, Lil Baby came out with the Bigger Picture record. You know what I mean? Like, he's used his voice for positive things, you know, helping out the community. They've done a lot of.
I'm not talking about
things
like that. I'm talking about to get people to actually like spend charity wise. They have to do that. That's a tax write-off. They don't do that shit because they want to do that. I'm saying, where's the stuff where they really want to do this shit?
I can't say that all artists.
Not all of them, but I'm saying a lot of that shit is business.
I think more so is just the sound of music, like the sound that they are, you know, constantly emulating and putting out is the same. It's just the constant. You know, this style of music, whether it be drill, whether it be trap, it's just, we've heard it, and it's like, okay, we got it. We got a lot of it. You know what I mean? How much more killing, drilling, fucking are we gonna be doing? You know what I mean? On these records, like, what else are we talking about here? I think we got a lot of the music. I think the women in hip hop are killing it right now. I think
definitely
they are like the only ones. And like, this makes sense because
they're selling sex.
They are selling,
and men
sex.
Can't sell the sex the way they want to.
They can't. So women are taking on the torch. Sex sales, yes. And this goes back to this article here where it says that Lotto was the first hip hop artist to get a number 1 on Billboard today. It makes sense. I knew it was going to be a female artist. Doja Cat was right behind her, even though her album is, you know, not so much rap, but she's considered rap. But you got Sexy Red, you got Ice Spice, you got all of these women artists who are really the only ones like that got some fire underneath them that making people want to listen. But in my opinion, eventually they're going to start dying out too. Like, it's a hot thing.
Look at what happened to Glorilla. They said Sexy Red ran her right out the game.
Look what's going on with City Girls. Their album sold 6,000 copies. Really? It's embarrassing.
Because look at who your market is. Like, we gotta really be for real. Like, they know when they was in Miami, young and hot, they wasn't spending that kind of money on music. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's be for real.
But
I'm saying, like, for themselves.
But it's crazy how you have a brand as hot as like young, like both of them are hot, but like Young Miami, like Carisha's very hot. Like, it's crazy. She got another award for having the best podcast of the year, even though she only came out with 3 episodes. They gave her that award again, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, she's hot as fish grease. You know what I mean? Like, if she drops something, people are going to watch it on YouTube, stuff like that. But the fact that her album with JT only sold 6,000 copies is crazy. I mean, they
should go to those 6,000 people's house and do something for them, because that's not that much. That's not that much.
That's insane. But, you know, they say 6,000, but, you know, this is calculated through streams. It's not actual physical sales. So we don't know actually how many people are listening, but those are just extremely low numbers for them. So with all of that being said, hip hop being on the decline, I personally think it's just us getting kind of tired with the music, and there's so much competition. Not only are we competing against other hip hop artists, you're competing against other genres of music. You're not even just competing with other genres of music. You're competing with attention, period. Like, because
we're in the podcast, we're not listening to music, because we already realized the music isn't doing anything beneficial for us, and that's what I mean when I say, what are y'all doing for us that's making us want to actually come back and listen? You're not motivating us whatsoever. I'm listening to the motivation like that, and that's the reason why I listen to a lot of older music too.
Yeah, because it's like,
because it speaks to the grind.
Right, exactly. So it's just like, okay, a lot of people are. You're fighting against music, you're fighting against podcasts, you're fighting against TikTok, you're fighting against YouTube, you're fighting against the NFL, sports, reality TV. It's not just music anymore. You're fighting media. And hip hop is suffering because of that. You're fighting Afro beats. You're fighting Latin music. Like, there was a report coming out saying, like, the record labels right now are no longer going into the hood getting these young artists and stuff like that anymore, giving them a chance. They're starting to go overseas and grabbing, African artists and Latin artists to start promoting because their music is global. When I went to Kenya, even though I'm in East Africa, I'm in Kenya, they're playing Afrobeat. Mm-hmm. When I was in Colombia, they're playing Afrobeats. We're here in America, we're playing Afrobeats. Mm-hmm. That is powerful. That's what hip hop was doing at one point in time.
Yes.
So now you have the labels like, okay, well, we can get these artists, promote them. They're more appreciative of what we can offer them compared to the artists down the street who's complaining they're not getting $1 million advance. You know what I mean? Like their homies did, so they could do all this. It's a lot more risk involved when you're dealing with people in the hood and stuff like that. Like it's then to just go out and grab people from, Africa or Latin America and make more global music. So
another issue too is who's running the business. We need to get away from these labels and start our own.
Okay, Kanye.
Because that's who's controlling the narrative. Like, that's who keeps making all this trashy music popular. Like, if that's all we have to listen to, that's all people are going to just go with.
Yeah. What's up? Say it loud.
If one hip-hop artist that haven't made an album like 10 years back, would it be
an artist that hasn't dropped in 10 years?
Almost 10 years, 5 years.
Ja Rule.
That's a good one. Because I was about to say nobody. Ja Rule is actually a good one. Really? I agree with that.
I'm just thinking, he ain't had nothing that hurt me. I loved all the shit back in the day. Like, it was a vibe. He was a good time. He was rapping. He had R&B in there.
He's very underappreciated for what he did for hip-hop music. He was Drake before Drake.
Yes, absolutely.
He was making that. Go back to some old Ja Rule music and stuff like that. Those melodies that he was singing, rapping. You know what I mean?
What I do when I'm a baby.
Yeah, like, that shit's timeless music. You can still play it today.
Break me.
Timeless music. And people realize when he did that verses against Fat Joe, he was the underdog. People thought that Fat Joe was going to get him out of here. Ja Rule cleaned Fat Joe up. Cleaned them right up.
I didn't even see that, but I would have imagined. It's like y'all let like incidences happen and let the media and the propaganda really sway. Like I was there.
Mm-hmm.
Ja Rule was a vibe. Like it's not nothing anybody could tell me about Ja Rule. I was there. I used to love watching my aunties turn up. Because that was their time, like for their R&B, like the way we rock it to Drake right now. That was the aunties vibe right there.
Yeah,
and I was right there, trying not to be too grown.
That's why you like Drake now.
Probably though. You got to think of an artist too, though.
I don't want to hear nobody from 10 years ago.
Nobody.
I'm good.
Not even 3 stacks.
No, I'm good. All right, here. You guys might cancel me. I might get canceled again. I was never a big 3 stacks, like, diehard fan like that.
I was never either.
I don't
Not even a little bit.
I don't understand why everybody puts him in, like, the top 5 rappers of all time. Like, this man has not dropped one album by himself. Like, and people will say, like, well...
I don't know enough music about him.
Speaker Box and Lover, blah, 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 was 2 separate disc albums. I was like, bro, that's Outkast. I don't care. They came out as Outkast. That was Outkast. Mm-hmm. Fire Group. Respect what they did. Andre came out with some fire verses on his own. Yes, I love the Walk It Out remix. Fire. Fucking fire. But I love International Players Anthem. Fire. But at the same time, he hasn't produced enough music for me to put him in that kind of high regard like that. So I'm good. I feel like that's just like a trend that like people just go with because they made it a thing, and it's just like if you go against that, then people like, what the fuck are you talking about? But I was never big on that. But yeah, I think for me personally, I mean, I've been on this decline with hip hop music. Honestly, I switched to Afrobeats early before a lot of people. You know what I mean? Like I was listening to Afrobeats right before the pandemic happened, and people were just like, "What the fuck are you listening to?"
That's not even as long as I have.
Yeah. 2016.
For real?
Yeah, I wasn't that early. I'd say 2018 was the earliest one when I heard African Giant by Burna Boy. That album, I remember I was in Mexico and I heard Destiny, Pull Up, like those just gave me like amazing like vacation vibes and stuff like that. So like I was like, okay, I like this music.
It was Wizkid. Wizkid and Malik Berry.
Oh yeah, Malik Berry.
Two artists
too much juice, too much sauce, too much sauce, too much juice.
It wasn't even that song. What's that? Y'all gonna tell me to pronounce it?
Ola Dubai.
It's a Wizkid song. I can spell it, but I can't pronounce it.
But yeah, so I mean, I've already been on the decline with hip hop. Like if it's not Kendrick, Drake, Cole, Wale, maybe a Big Sean, Rick Ross. Like if it's not like certain artists, I'm kind of checked out. There's very few of the newer artists that actually get my attention. Like
it feel like it's gonna go back to how it used to be. Only it being like a few artists, like us only being able to like. I feel like everybody's just gonna be not popular anymore. It's just gonna be like.
But you know how much music is just being dropped on.
And it is. And because it's a decline, it's going to make people, all these people that want to be rappers, I don't think are going to want to be rappers anymore because there won't be any reason. The money is not there anymore. So there's no reason to want to be a rapper anymore.
For all of my...
Go back to sport. Go back to college. Like seriously, at this point in time, like a lot of people, yes, like seriously, a lot of people are only doing this for the income. They're not doing this because they have a love for music.
Absolutely. You hit it right on the nail. Like I really want this to be echoed loud and clear to a lot of the youth. I know there's a lot of people who say they have a passion and love for music. Mm-hmm. They really have a passion and love for the fame.
Can you do me a favor?
And the song and the money.
Can you give me that tripod?
They have a love for the money and the fame. Not really for the art. So what's going to happen now with there being a shortage of money coming into hip hop? What is that going to look like for our community?
Great. It's going to look like how it used to.
But things are going to have to burn and be destroyed before it gets rebuilt. Because there's going to be some rebellion. There's going to be some anger. There's going to be a lot of people lost who they think like, this is all I know. If I'm not good in sports, rap is what I know. So it's like, they don't know that other option yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they always knew what the other option was. This is what they say. They say, fuck that other option. Mm-hmm. When the law say go to school, because they already have us in a program. They already have us in a program. Some people are going out of their way because they think that program is not the best program because they have this option. But this program is about to actually start looking a little bit better. When they realize that option is equal. Just like going to college might not do it. Mm-hmm. Trying to be a rapper now. Even if you get famous.
Because it's like, I mean, how many people we got all these, like the God tier artists that we already listen to on the daily that we listen to. Then we got, the mid tier artists that are popping and stuff like that. Then you got the new artists. Right. But then you got your mans, your people who's just like, yo, listen to my music, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, I don't have the time to even listen to my favorite artist's music. You know what I mean? But it's like they're fighting for this attention. And I'm just like, yo, there's other ways. There's other ways. You know what I mean?
I'll be so glad when people don't want to be rappers anymore.
I think we're going to be a long way from that. I think there's going to be a lot of crime and violence that's going to be happening in the meantime for once people start figuring it out, because we understand, because we're intuitive, so we understand what's happening in the market, what's going on soon. We know that this article exists, that this decline is happening, and what this means for the market. A lot of people don't know what this means. They're looking at this and be like, okay, cool.
They can't make no money. We're gonna do better.
We're gonna do better next year. We'll be better than them. Like, I'm just like, yo, you'll understand. The market is doing this. It's been doing this for a while.
Are you trying to jump in? That's Liz. Yeah, you trying to jump.
Yeah, you. I mean, they do say buy the dip, but not this one. Don't buy this dip. Okay, this is not financial advice, by the way. But I do not see this market making a return.
You sure?
I have not seen it. There's new players involved. This is like oil on its way out, and the tech industry is in now. AI is in now. the market has shifted. It's not like, yeah, it's different, man. This is a different market. So, guys, pay attention.
No, you pay attention.
Find some other ways to make some money.
Because rapping is not it.
Yeah, man.
I could have told you that a long time ago, though.
Shoot, I wish my students knew that.
Yeah,
Stay in school.
And my students be like, yeah, I'm going to be a basketball player. Yeah, I'm going to do this. I'm like, think of 5 other things, y'all.
Yeah. I don't want to like shoot down kids' dreams.
Shoot down people's dreams.
Yeah.
No. I don't shoot down the dreams. I be like, yo, think of everything else too. Don't think of it as just the one thing. You know how we was always
I think people also have a hard time keeping it real with people. That can really be everybody in that classroom's dream. But when you see people that's not disciplined, call them out on their shit. You ain't gonna be shit if you keep coming to class late. You will never be that basketball player. Like, call it out as it is, because that's the facts of the matter.
You know what can solve all this?
What's that?
Pussy.
Somebody can